Hi everyone, Linda here again with you from Gunlock Lane Jewellery. I've got another link for you this week. As I said last week, it's a lovely little link and I think you're really going to like it. This is our little link that we're going to be making this week. Pop him down there so you can see him. And this is one that I've added a bead into, which I'll also show you in the tutorial. So if you'd like to learn how to make these little links, then just keep watching and I'll just grab all my supplies together and we'll get going. Okay, I've got some 18 gauge wire here that I've flush cut, and it measures 6.5 centimeters, which is roughly 2.5 inches. So I've got my really fine pointy nose, flat nose pliers here, and I'm going to come down. I don't want it exactly halfway, just a little bit off center, so like roughly about there. I'll give you a quick measurement on that. So I've got about 3.5 centimeters on one side. So if you measure it like that, you should be right. Okay, just going to bend that down. So I've got one side longer than the other, like that. I'm going to grab my wire straighteners and got a new pair of fine flat nose pliers, pair of Zerons. I've been wanting to get those for ages, but just yeah, they're not cheap, so I had to wait. All right, I'm placing this inside my wire straighteners here, and they're probably poking at about, say, 2 millimeters there, roughly. Okay, I'm going to get my flat nose pliers. This is just a little trick here to, rather than holding your wire and trying to squeeze it together, it's much easier if you do it this way. So I'm squeezing it in, and I'm going to move it down a little bit because I only want the very tip of it to be done. And I'm going to flatten that pretty close to, well, it is basically closed. It's only got a little opening in it. Okay, then I'm going to take and make sure you've got your longest wire on top. When I say on top, like fake closest to you. So I'm going to grab this, the very tip of this, with my flat nose pliers, like that. Just the very tip. You can't even see it on the end there. It's not even coming up close to the top of my pliers there. And I'm going to bend this up. And as I bend it, I'm just going to give it a little bit of a curl with you can use your nail or your finger, whatever works for you. You basically just want it a little bit more than straight up. So just bending over just a little bit that way, more than straight up. Okay, now I'm going to grab my 6-step pliers, and I'm using this mandrel here. Now I don't know what measurement that is. I haven't got a clue. I'm going to say it's probably, I don't know, about 6 mil, I guess. Okay, and then I'm going to grab hold of this, excuse me, like that. So I've got my 6 mil sitting there like that. Hopefully you can see how that is. And get that on there nice and straight. And I'm going to push this part of the wire here with my thumb, just to hold it in place, and bend this wire around like that. So it should be looking like that. Okay, then I'm going to put my same mandrel back in again, and I'm holding this part of the wire down here that we bent before, and I'm going to, just with your finger again or your nail, start just nicely curving that around. Just a nice curve on it. Okay, that'll do for now. Then I'm going to pop my 6 step back in again, and I'm just going to bring this wire around a little bit more, like that. Yep, that looks good. Now you'll find, well, I've found that every one of these links that I've made, this end here that we've bent over will always be the right length. I don't know why it works out like that, but it just has for me all the way along. So hopefully it does for you too. Okay, I'm just going to grab that. I'm using the smallest end of my other pair of 6-step pliers. You can use your round nose pliers if you like. I'm just using this so I get the same size loop every time. And we're going to bend that over until it touches. A little bit more. There we go. Then we're coming up to this one here. And I'm just going to look at the shape of that and see. Yeah, I think that might be right. I might bend it over just a little bit more. So I'm just supporting this part here and this wire here as well while I do this. Just a little bit more. And then this end is always too long. I don't know why, it just is. So I'm going to cut off about that much. That's probably about 4 or 5 mils that I'm cutting off there. And then I'm going to use my 6-step pliers again and turn a loop. Okay, I'm just going to straighten everything up. Now you can hammer this if you want. If you're going to hammer it, don't hammer this part here because you'll just flatten it. So just hammer your loops if that's what you feel like you want to do. I'm not going to worry about it on this one, funny enough, because of I hit my finger there last week. It was a big blood blister and it's broken, like busted, but it's yeah, you can still see where it was there. That hurt like crazy, but that was my own fault. I looked at something outside the window when I was hammering and I shouldn't have taken my eyes off what I was doing. Anyway, so that's our little link there. Now you can obviously leave it just like it is, or we can embellish it. So I'm going to get some 24 gauge wire. You can use 26 if you like. Yeah, totally up to you. And you don't need very much of this. Just a piece, yay big, so as you can see that's not very long. Okay, so I'm just going, now when you're wrapping this, I'll explain it to you later, I'll do that later, but I suppose you need to see it more than me trying to explain it. Okay, so I'm starting off on what was the end that we curled first. So this is the end that came up, then we curled that last. So I'm starting off on the end that we curled first. I hope that makes sense. Okay, we're just going to wrap around. Pull that in nice and tight and use your pliers. And I'm just going to go around that a few times. 2 and 3. Straighten those wraps up. Cut out a little piece of wire off. And tap it down. Got an itchy chin for some reason. What does that mean? You know how itchy palm means Either you're getting money or you're going to pay money out. I need your chin. Okay, so we've got that done. So now I'm going to grab my bead. I'm just thinking now that's down there. Yep, that's right. I'm trying to thread this bead on. There we go. Have I done it the right way? Brain fog. It's going to come around. I think I've done it the wrong way. I just have to think for a second. Goodness. Linda. I was wrapping these all day yesterday, and now I can't think. Oh, let me stop this and I'll come back when I've thought about it for a sec. Okay, I'm back with you and I figured it out. I had it around the wrong way. So you have to wrap the first lot of wires around the second wrap that we did. I hope that makes sense. I don't know, I just had a bit of brain fog then. It's been happening a lot lately with after COVID. But yeah, what do you do? Okay, so I'm going to wrap that around 3 times. Cut my wire off. Tap it down. Tidy those wraps up. And move that down a bit. There. Okay, got that going around there. I'm going to bring, yes, that's right, that way. No, going under. I wrapped that many of these, you'd think it would just be second nature to me now, and I'm struggling with it. I don't know why. Excuse me. Okay, bead on. Oops, come here. I've got to think. Oh my goodness, Linda. Up over the top. Sorry, guys. It's just... Isn't this terrible that I can't remember? I know my stomach's decided it's going to start growling. Okay, I think I've got this right. So we're going to go around this end here 3 times. Just move that along a little bit so I can fit the 3rd one in. Yeah, I think I've got it right now. Sorry about that. Just, goodness, what? I can't say anything. It just, my brain just went, not helping you today. Okay, so I'm bringing that wire up over the top. I just actually want to give it that a bit of a straighten. My flat nose pliers. I'm just going to get that kink out of it there. Oh, come on, Linda. Goodness. There you go. Wow. All right, so I'm bringing that wire around. Excuse me. And I'm just going to follow this bead around now. I'm going to flatten this wire down here a little bit. so that this wire sits, the wire I'm wrapping sits on nice and flat. And I'm bringing this one around, tucking it behind like that. And then I'm just going to wrap twice. You can wrap as many times as you like. I just like the look of having 2 wraps on the side. Pull that in nice and tight. It's just my asymmetrical brain working. So because that's got 3 wraps, that's got 3 wraps. I just wanted 2 on the side. But as I said, you put as many as you want around that. And on the cutters, tap it down, make sure it's nice and tight. Oops, don't mess them up like that. Okay, now I think I should have put that one down behind, but just kind of flatten him out a little bit. And then just come around with your pliers and flatten that wire down towards the other one. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I had that wire, this wire here coming across, I'm pretty sure I had that behind when I did the other ones. I don't remember it looking like that. But anyway, it looks good either way. So your choice how you wrap it. So when we come back, I'll show you some pieces I put together that actually look nice, way better than this. But that's a lovely little link. Any bead inside, that would look beautiful, or it just looks lovely on its own. Yeah, so when we come back, I'll show you some pieces I've done. Okay, I'm back. Now, this is the start of a bracelet that I was putting together. I've only got like a few links to go and it'll be done. So I think it's going to be very eye-catching, very sparkly, with the little drops on it. So I can't get it to sit on my wrist properly, but you can get the idea of how nice that would look when it's finished. Very sparkly with those little crystal briolet drops on that one. So there's that one, and then I started putting, you know how I normally do like long chains. Well, you could do that. So that was the idea of it to start with. So I've got a little section here with just the beads in it, and then a couple of plain ones on either end. And then this chain here is a bigger link, and then 2 smaller links put together, just for a bit of texture and a bit of interest. Now I was playing around with it, and I thought this could make an absolutely lovely necklace on its own. So this was my idea. Get this up here, sitting up here where you guys can see it. I'm going to get it the right way around. There we go. So I've got that. Get it even, Linda. Come on. Get your act together. Okay, got that. Now you can wear it just like that, as is. Or I thought you could put that the right way around. Put one of those in there, and then I've got a couple of the little crystal briolets. Now you can pop one there, have one a bit longer. Now this one's not going to be longer because it's the same length, but just by adding a few links, you make that one a bit longer, and then pop another one on the other side, and I think you would have an absolutely beautiful necklace. Finish the chain off obviously and put a clasp on it. Or if you didn't want these little briolets on the bottom, you could have this, and then you could either make a big one of these and have that there as a feature, as you like a focal, or you could do some other kind of like cabochon, because these are clear, so it doesn't matter, you can have any color you want. Cabochon wrapped, you know, pendant there, basically anything you'd want at the bottom, even you know, like a couple. I haven't got enough. Oh yes, I do. If you wanted to make it even longer, put another one of those on there, and then add some drops. You know, you can, there's so much you can do with it. And then I just put together just one little earring at this stage. Haven't put the ear wire on it, but just a little earring there to go with it. Okay, let's get that out of the way over there. And this is one I made earlier in the week using this is some sort of jasper bead, like a matte finished jasper, with just the double chain on it. I'll just pop that on quick so we can show you what it looks like on the wrist. Jumper out of the way, and yeah, so you've got something like that. You could, if you wanted to, you don't have to put this chain on, just remove that and have that singly on its own. You could twist those around if you wanted to, like, you know, give it, you know what I mean, you can play around with it anyway. So that's that bracelet, and then there was a pair of earrings to match it. So that one faces that way, and the other one faces the opposite way. And they're just a couple of little beer quartz brulets on the bottom there. Anyway, I hope that's given you a few ideas, you know, what you can do with this link. I think it's a lovely little link. I hope you do too. If you know, let me know down in the comments what you think about it. I think it makes a beautiful bracelet. You can see once it's all patinaed and everything how lovely it looks. Any stone, I think there's a 6mm. I'm pretty sure there are 6mm. Yeah, a 6mm stone will fit into those perfectly. Facebook group, I'll leave a link down the bottom. It's a private Facebook group, so if you're interested in joining, it's free, it doesn't cost you anything. The link will be down the bottom. There are questions that you need to answer, and also agree to the group rules. And if you don't do that, I won't admit you into the group. I'll send you a message letting you know you've been declined because you didn't answer the group rules, the questions, and say yes to the group rules. And that's just to keep everybody safe, because it's a nice, safe community. People are posting there every couple of days or every day. Get heaps of inspiration there if you're looking for inspiration for your next jewellery project. So as I said, that link will be down below in the description. And I think that's all I've got to say, guys. I will catch you all next week. Stay safe, and as always, go out there and make something beautiful. Bye.